President Trump has issued a series of executive orders, marking a significant shift in presidential power. These orders expand his control over independent agencies like the SEC, FTC, FCC, and NLRB. He can now review proposed regulations and block spending. Trump can even mandate these agencies to follow his legal interpretations. This move has sparked controversy. Critics argue that it undermines the separation of powers, a cornerstone of American democracy. Trump justifies these actions by claiming they are necessary to curb rogue government agencies. He argues that these agencies have become too powerful and unaccountable. His supporters applaud the move, seeing it as a way to reduce bureaucracy. They believe it will boost economic growth. However, opponents fear it will lead to regulatory capture. This means industries could have undue influence over the agencies meant to regulate them. The president also points to inflation as a justification for his actions. He blames the Biden administration for the current economic climate. Trump argues that mismanagement of spending led to the rising costs. He claims his policies will bring inflation under control. Economists are validating these claims to be true. Many agree that government spending contributes to inflation. Others argue that global factors play a larger role. These executive orders represent a bold assertion of presidential authority. They raise important questions about the balance of power in the U.S. government. Only time will tell what the long-term impact of these changes will be. However, one thing is certain. Trump's presidency continues to reshape the American political landscape. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has become a lightning rod for controversy. Tasked with identifying waste and inefficiency within the federal government, DOGE operates with some level of transparency as it possibly can. However, this has fueled suspicions among critics about its true purpose. Critics accuse the agency of targeting programs and individuals deemed disloyal to the Trump administration. Several lawsuits have been filed against DOGE, demanding greater transparency. Democrats express frustration over the administration's refusal to disclose even basic information about the agency's activities. Whistleblowers within the government claim DOGE is engaged in data collection and surveillance activities that go far beyond its stated mission. They allege that DOGE is building a database of federal employees deemed disloyal. The White House maintains that DOGE is simply fulfilling its mandate to improve government efficiency. They point to cost savings achieved through the elimination of redundant programs. However, critics argue that these cuts have come at the expense of essential services. They also question the qualifications of DOGE personnel, saying many lack experience in government. The controversy surrounding DOGE highlights the deep divisions within American political arena. It reflects a fundamental distrust of government and a belief that it has become too powerful. Whether DOGE is a force for good or a threat to democracy remains to be seen. However, its existence raises important questions about the role of technology and secrecy in government. Trump's presidency from his previous term has been marked by a constant stream of legal challenges. Recently, the directing of housing of transgender women prisoners with male inmates was blocked by a federal judge. The judge cited the Eighth Amendment. This ruling shows the ongoing legal battles against the president's actions in the United States. Adding fuel to the fire, Trump's Department of Justice has requested the names of FBI personnel involved in investigations related to January 6th. This move has raised concerns from Democrats about political interference in law enforcement. Democrats see it as an attempt to intimidate and silence potential witnesses. They argue that it undermines the independence of the FBI. The president's pardon of several individuals convicted of crimes related to the January 6th Capitol riot also continues to draw criticism. While supporters praise his use of executive clemency, opponents see it as an abuse of power, although Biden pardoned some before leaving office. They argue that it undermines the rule of law and sends a message that those who attack democracy will face no consequences. These legal battles and policy clashes reflect a deeply divided nation. Trump supporters view him as a strong leader fighting against a corrupt establishment. His detractors see him as an authoritarian threat to American democracy. This divide shows no signs of closing. In a significant foreign policy shift, President Trump has aligned the United States more closely with Russia. This move marks a departure from decades of established U.S. policy. It has sparked concern among self-proclaimed foreign policy experts, who fear it could embolden Russia on the world stage. Trump has defended this realignment, arguing that it is in the best interests of the United States. He claims that the US has been taken advantage of by some allies, and that Russia is a valuable partner in addressing global challenges. However, critics argue that Trump is prioritizing his personal relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin over national security interests. This shift in foreign policy might have significant implications for the ongoing war in Ukraine. Trump has blamed weak foreign policy for the conflict, echoing some who feel it would not have happened if he was in power. He has also reduced U.S. military aid to Ukraine, raising concerns about Ukraine's ability to defend itself against Russian aggression. The long-term consequences of this foreign policy pivot remain to be seen. However, it is clear that he is willing to overturn long-standing norms and alliances in pursuit of a strong American position in the world. This approach has left many observers wondering what other surprises his presidency may hold.